Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope that you're having a fantastic day so far. I hope wherever you are in the world today has been treating you well. In today's video I'm going to be doing a full face of makeup using products from some of my favourite influencers 2024 makeup favourites. So this whole video idea was inspired by, I was watching the lovely Soph, I was watching her makeup favourites from the year and she mentioned this blush and I was like, I love that blush. I didn't mention it in my 2024 favourites because obviously I've got 2 drawers now full of blush and I just completely skipped over it because of course I did. So then I was like, let me watch some more people, see what their favourites are, and then I thought let's just collate it all in one video. Let's put it all on all at the same time and see what I think of everything. Now, some of these products aren't necessarily from 2024 because everybody does their favourites in a different way, whether that be products that launched in 2024 or products they were just obsessed with in 2024. There is a mix of products here. So I'm going to be doing that. That is what I'm doing today. I hope you enjoy this video. If you do, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more rambling from me 3 times a week on a Monday, Wednesday and a Friday. Everything I post here is affordable and cruelty free. I haven't purchased anything new for this video. This is just me putting together products that I already have in a different way, filming it. Hopefully somebody watches it. That is basically what I do here. So for foundation, now I did write down who all of these favourites were from. Let me see. Ali Glines, she said that this foundation was one of her favourites and I also had this in my favourites. I've seen a lot of people say that this was one of their favourite foundations from the year. This is the e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin Foundation. I have this in 15 Fair Warm. So I'm just going to apply a little bit. I don't want too much coverage today. I'm not doing anything. I mean, it is already like 7 o'clock on a Sunday evening. I am caffeinated, highly. But I'm not actually doing anything other than watching The Traitors. If anybody else is watching it, I feel like we need to start a support group. I have done nothing else for the last like 2 weeks since I've been watching it. Goodness me. Anyway, I'm not talking about The Traitors today, but please can we at some point in the future talk about The Traitors because I'm just obsessed. What I love about this foundation is it's genuinely like a soft focus. I just think, like, I watch a lot of YouTube. I watch a lot of different people on YouTube, people with different skin types, skin tones, etc, etc. And this, I mean, there's a few people that say that they don't like it, but generally it seems like across the board, no matter if you have dry skin like me or very oily skin or, you know, somewhere in the middle, I feel like so many people love this foundation. Like it's just a holy grail now for so many people. And I can safely say that it would reach holy grail status for me. I really, really love this foundation. And I actually, like, it's hard to tell because there's air in the in the tube, but I'm guessing I don't have a lot of product left in this because I use this just on an everyday. It's just beautiful. I love it. Then for concealer, now this isn't one that came out in 2024 because I know I've had it longer than that, but Jen Phelps mentioned this concealer in her 2024 favourites and I actually used this in my last video that you will have seen and I just remembered that I loved it, and then I saw that Jen Phelps used it in her favourites and I was like, it just all makes sense now. This is the Catrice True Skin Concealer. I have this in 002 Neutral Ivory. I am surprised at how much I like this because I seem to remember when I first tried it, I didn't think very much to it. Maybe I was just applying too much, I'm not sure. It is a lot of coverage, so you really don't need a lot, even if you have quite a lot of darkness around your eyes. Same, but you don't need a ton of it. It is a lot of coverage. and that will absolutely do me. You can obviously get more coverage with it if you use a brush, but I like blending it out with a sponge. Because I have dry skin, I prefer the finish of that, so I'm just going to tap this in with the pointy end of a damp sponge. Now, when I used this concealer the other day, I really liked it, and now I'm looking at my under eyes, and the way that I describe the texture of my skin, because it's so dry, the way that I describe it is like a flapjack. And my under eyes are looking flapjacky now. So, I feel like, I don't know, perhaps I need a thicker eye cream on before I apply this specific concealer. I'm trying to like scratch it off because it's going really like textured, and I'm not really sure why, because like I say, I used it the other day and I really liked it, and genuinely I didn't see this problem the other day, and now I'm looking at this and I'm like, but no, now it looks dry and I can't seem to blend away the little oaty flakes that are now living under my eyes. Okay, so maybe that concealer is one for a very good skin day. I was having a better skin day the other day than I am today. The cold and the being very cold outside and then having the heat on in the house and the dryness is wrecking my skin like all the time, but at the minute my skin is struggling, and obviously the eye cream that I used today just isn't cutting it. So I'm quickly just going to go off and do my brows. I haven't actually brought anything over. I didn't see any favourites from anyone, so I'm just going to go pick something out of my drawers, and I'll be right back when I've got some brows on my head. Okay, so I just used two of my favourites from the year and for all time, truly. The e.l.f. Instant Lift Waterproof Brow Pencil, which I use in neutral brown, and the e.l.f. Wow Brow. Who's surprised? The e.l.f. Wow Brow in brunette. So, just quickly done a little brow, you know? When I say little, I clearly mean slugs on my forehead, and I am completely okay with that. So on to the colour products for the rest of the face. Let me get my list up because this brain does not remember who said what. For bronzer, it was the e.l.f. Camo Liquid Bronzer, which I've only just tried. I don't know, was this available? Has this been available for a while, even in the UK? Because, who was it? Nikki LaRose. She mentioned this in her 2024 favourites. But I've only tried this in the last couple of weeks as I'm filming this. So this, I'm telling you now, this is going to be in my favourites for 2025. I already know because I love this stuff. I have this in the shade Fair Light. I think there was one shade lighter than this, so this is like the second one, but this formula is so beautiful. The colour is perfect for me, which surprised me as well. I always get it wrong. But yeah, I don't know if this has been available like maybe in the US a little bit longer, or maybe it has always been available here and I just didn't buy it. But I have only just tried it, and I can already tell you, you know, we're 2 weeks into 2025 and I already know that this is going to be a favourite for the whole year. I love it. I really, really love it. So I'm just going to blend this in using a Real Techniques Expert face brush, tapping it into the skin, and it really does just melt in. I mean, you saw that in real time. It just looks beautiful. I often go overboard on the snoot. I will calm that down in a moment or two. But honestly, since I tried this product, which like I said, that was only only like 2 or 3 weeks ago as I'm filming this. It hasn't made it back into my drawers, and it's just lived out on my table. I have not had a day where I haven't used it, I don't think. I just love it. I think it looks so seamless on the skin. It's got the nicest finish. It blends in beautifully. I can't get over this flaky under eye. I need to just stop fiddling with it, but it's just beautiful. I can't stop using it. So for blush, like I say, it's the one that Soph spoke about, and I also loved, so I could not tell you why I didn't put it in my yearly favourites either, but that's in the past. I'm forgiving myself. This is the 17 blush drops. I have a few shades, but I would say that this is my favourite one. 030 Candy Pink. If you like that like hot pink blush moment, I think you will really, really like these. Let me find my brush. These are incredibly pigmented. You need a very, very small amount. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take boop, one tiny little drop on the back of my hand, and then I'm going to work it into another Real Techniques Expert face brush. Take it on the brush like that, really work it into the bristles. So like I picked up all of that product off the back of my hand, and I'm just going to start tapping this onto the cheeks. It's got the nicest little glow. I wouldn't say that it's too glowy. If you don't like a glow, I don't feel like this will be too much. I just feel like it looks so like naturally, like the finish of it is such a natural amount of glow, but also it's a really, really nice amount of pigment, but like you really don't need a lot. I don't love the packaging, but I get why they've used that packaging. It's very compact. Like they could have done something like this with it in like a tube with a little like dotty applicator sort of thing, but I do like that it's a little bit different. And I just love the formula. I just think that it's beautiful. And I'm sad that I didn't mention it in my yearly favourites, because truly, like looking back on the year, it is a favourite. Like I used it so much. But also, I mean, how many blushes can one person count as a favourite? Because did I have like 8? Oh, like so many, so many, but this one really is up there as well. I think that it's beautiful. There's so many products from 17 that I love and just really, really rate very, very highly, and this is definitely one of them. I really, really like it. So onto the eyes, and this is another Soph recommendation, and also one that I ranked incredibly highly. I think if I remember rightly, pardon me, I think if I remember rightly, this and one other palette were like joint top spot for me. This is beautiful. And honestly, I will take any reason to use it just a little bit more. This is the Divination and Robert Welsh. No, Divination is the name of the palette. I am losing my mind today. The Robert Welsh and Blend Bunny Cosmetics Divination palette. I love this palette so much. Like, just look at this colour story. I love it. I love it. I wanted to do something that like matched my t-shirt, but I don't feel like any of these colours necessarily do. So what am I gonna do? I feel like I've used this so much. I have so much content around this palette because I did a first impression. I think I did a bingo. Then I did a look where I made a different look with each of the rows. I've done so much content around this palette. I really, really love it. I've got a cat hair on my face somewhere. Ooh. I think I might just do something a bit more like blue and pink. I don't know what I'm feeling like doing. let me just start. Let me just do something. So, big fluffy brush, and I will dip into Fortune Cookie, which I love as like a transition-y tone on my skin. Let's try and create something on these flapjacky eyeballs. I'm not going to be having a good eyeshadow day today. I can try and make something work. So that is just that one shade, like all through the crease. I've also put that shade under the eye a little bit. I'm just going to take more of a like pencil brush, and I'm going to dip into, let's go blue today. So I'm going to dip into Hydromancy, the light matte like pastel-y blue, and I'm just going to pack this like all over the lid. Just a light little wash of that colour all over the lid, and blend that in with Fortune Cookie that we've got in the crease. Then I'm just going to use the same brush, and I'm going to dip into the next shade over, which is called Pisces, which is slightly darker. It's the mid-tone, but I really like this as my darkest shade. It is beautiful. If you like colour, same. If you like colourful makeup, I highly recommend this palette. And I'm very excited to try more from Blend Bunny this year, because I just think that this formula is absolutely top tier. I think that it's beautiful. Okay, so I figured I should actually like zoom you in so that you can see what I'm doing. Hi, how you doing? So that is the shade Pisces on the outer corner, Hydromancy like across the lid. I'm just going to pack a little bit more of that shade on just to brighten that up right across the lid. And then what shimmer do I want to do? I want to do one of the like pastel-y shimmers right on the inner corner, but I'm thinking maybe the green. How do we think that would look? Because I feel like it's a bluey green. I'm gonna try it. You only live once. You only live once. So now I need to find a clean brush. Story of my life. So just taking that Vision shade, the green shimmer, and I'm just going to pack that right onto the inner corner. Ooh, I like that shade. I like that shade. I also like to sort of bring it up through like whatever inner corner shade I'm using. I like to bring through like the inner part of the crease so that you get that brightness right through there. I really like that shade. I'm just going to tap over that ever so slightly just to blend it a little bit, but like I like that brightness right in there, and I really like that colour. Now I feel like I need more of that Hydromancy shade across the lid. Like that green is so intense that now I feel like I need more of that baby blue. So I'm just using more of a flat brush just to pack that shade on a little bit more. Yeah. I like how this is looking. I just love colour. I feel like I've done a few looks recently that are more like minimal and I'm just not a minimal kind of girly. So yes, I like. So let me blend. This would look 1,000 times, I mean I love how this looks, but this would look 1,000 times better were my eyelids not made of OT Flapjack. So what am I doing now? I don't think there was a liquid liner that anybody mentioned, so I'm gonna go ahead and do a liquid liner. I haven't brought one over. Back to the drawers, let me go find one. Okay, so another product that I mentioned in my favourites that I think more people should have had in their favourites, but who am I to judge? The Made by Mitchell Make a Mark, like glittery liners. This one is in Wave After Wave. It's a blue glittery brush tip liquid liner. And I just love it. So I am gonna do a big blue glittery wing, because why not? I do feel like a skill that I would like to perfect in 2025 is doing winged liner even a little bit the same on each side. Like this one's going straight out and this one's like, and I know my eyes are different, but I mean, if I keep my head on the side, you can't tell. So on to mascara. I will do this while you're still zoomed in so that you can see. This is another one that I really like, and I didn't mention in my yearly favourites, but also I can't remember if it necessarily launched this year. I'm not completely sure, but either way, let me hold it the right way around. The Essence Call Me Queen Dramatic False Lash Effect Mascara. Now, it was the Lipstick Lesbians over on Instagram that spoke about this one, and I was like, yeah, I love that one too. I really like it. If you like a dramatic, very volumized, very thickened mascara sort of a look, you will really like this. But also, if you just do one layer, like, it can look very natural. It doesn't have to be like, doesn't have to be what I'm gonna take it to. It can just be quite natural looking, but also I feel like it builds up on itself really easily and also really nicely. I also love the way I get it in my hair every single time. let me concentrate. Like, just look at that volume, look at that drama. Am I the drama? I feel like I'm the drama. I just love this mascara. It lasts really well on me as well. Like, that's the main thing for me with mascaras. They need to last. Like, they need to not smudge, not flake, not like do that cute like transfery thing up above, like on my eyelids. And I just love the way that this one looks, and it builds up really nicely. So this is 2 coats. You can take it to like more than this. I'm happy with how this looks, just with 2 layers. Drama. I love it. I really love it. So let me zoom you out, and we've got a lip combo that I'm like not sure on, but let me zoom you out. So the lip liner I am sure on, and then the lipstick, honestly, I haven't used in a while, so I can't really remember what I think of it, but let's try them together. We're here, let's try it. So the lip liner, this is another recommendation from Soph. She spoke about these, and these didn't come out in 2024 because I had these in my 2023 favourites, but she mentioned the shade Baddest Beige, I do believe, and this is one that I haven't used all that much, but I feel like it will go with the lipstick quite nicely. So I'm going to overline my lips, and obviously I can't talk whilst I do that. Like, I do like this shade and I do use it, but I just feel like it's a bit more brown than what I would usually go for. And I definitely feel like with that pink blush, it's maybe not exactly what I would usually do, but we're here for science. And the lipstick, like I say, this is one that I haven't used since like the summer, I do believe, whenever it was that I first tested it. It was Jen Phelps that mentioned this, and like I just really rate her recommendations because she is a fellow dry-skinned human, and I just feel like she really knows what she's talking about. So this is the Essence Slim Stick Long Lasting Lipstick. I only have one shade of this. It's 102 Over the Nude, and I just feel like that with that lip liner. Yeah. I mean, I'm not mad at that combo. I just feel like the pinkness of the blush with like the browny nudeness of that lip is maybe not really doing it for me, but it is very comfortable. A very, very comfortable matte lipstick feeling, which ultimately is all I am interested in. Yeah, maybe with a slightly more neutral blush and maybe I would feel a little bit more comfortable, but this is my full face of my favourite influencers 2024 makeup favourites. I would love to hear if any of these are your favourites as well. Like I say, a load of these are my favourites. A load of them are, well, some of them are products that I mentioned in my 2024 favourites, and then some of them are products that I just completely forgot existed, like the blush and the mascara. Like, I love those. And this was a really, really great excuse for me to use them a little bit more. I love how the eye look has turned out. Like, considering I have no idea what I wanted to do before I started this video, I do feel like it goes with the t-shirt quite nicely. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy. So I would love to hear what you think down below. I do want to do, and let me just float the idea, I do want to do a full face of my followers' 2024 favourites. So leave it down below. What were your favourite products of the year? Because I want to do like this video basically, but my followers' favourites. I would love to hear what your favourites were, because I want to do that, because you always have the best recommendations. You know what you're talking about, so I would love to hear what your favourites were from 2024. Affordable, cruelty-free brands. I would love to hear what your favourites were, because I want to get that video done as soon as possible. But until next time, thank you ever so much for watching. Bye.